All right, the ki and the intro pattern. They both are very similar in the beats that are being played, so I'm going to cover the beats that are shared, and we're going to call them A and B. So we're going to jump right in. A is don, don, sut, don, where it goes right, left, sut, don. Yeah, right, left, sut, left. Can we try that together for a little bit? 1, 2, 3, re, right, sut, so, re, right, sut, so, re, right, sut, okay. B pattern starts with right, left, and then it goes ka, ko, do, ko. Ka is with both hands, ka, and then it goes left, right, left. Ka, left, right, again. Right, again. So it starts with don, don into ka, ko, do, ko. B is so, re, e. So, re, e. Okay, we're going to go back and forth from A and B. Again, A was don, don, sut, don. I'll say sore in between, starting with A. So, re, sut, B, so, re, e. A, so, re, sut, B, so, re, so, re, so, re. Okay, make sure to be able to do these at ease, back and forth. All right, now the ki section. The ki section has a long and a short. The long starts with e, ya, sa into A. Don, don, su, don again. E, ya, sa into B. Don, ka, ko, do, ko. I count 3 for the A. E, ya, sa. So 1, 2, 3. Ya, sa ends on the 4th count. So it goes A, ya, sa, A. Don, don, su, don. A, ya, sa, and don, don, ka, ko, do, ko. Let's try that twice. 1, 2, so, re. A, ya, sa, and. A, ya, sa, and. A, sa, A, ya, sa, and. All right. Next is the fast ki section, where it goes A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa 3 times into an A or a B. So A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, A, don, don, su, don. A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, don, don, ka, ko, do, ko. Let's try that just once. 1, 2, so, re. E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa. E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa. Okay, after those are done, then we have another A, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, ya, sa, ta, ya, sa, E, into the intro pattern. The A is 4 counts. Originally, it was A, let's go, but I like to make it A because sometimes you want a serious piece versus a happy piece. So this gives you more options. If you want to go ahead and put the let's go in, it's on the last count. So A, let's go. A, let's go. My version is A into the intro pattern. All right, the intro pattern is next. The intro pattern is pretty much a don, wait for 3 counts. So don, 2, 3, 4 into A. Don, don, su, don. Another don, 2, 3, 4 into B. Don, don, ka, ko, do, ko. All right. After the don, I want you to reset or put a cap end to the movement so that the sound can be heard in some ways. One of my teachers in the past has told me that the do, the sound is when you reset and make sure that the audience can hear what type of sound you're making. So if you just go do, versus do, and you reset yourself, then the audience actually hears that sound and how it's supposed to be or how you are envisioning it. I like to make sure to put the cap onto that sound on count 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, so, re, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your left hand ends up on the other side of the drum, ideally at the angle of the taiko itself. So when you hit the don, we want to go and stop our motions. I see a lot of groups actually making this into a pose. I don't want it to be a pose. We don't want to go do, and do. So we want to be just and close the movement in a way so that the audience could hear the don sound that you're creating. So putting it all together, it would go do, a, do, su, do, do, and again. In this also. Between the first don and the a, there's a yasa. So it goes don, yasa, and don, don, su, don. After that, there's a ha after your left. So it goes don, yasa into don, don, su, do, ha. That ha is actually really hard, so you're going to have to practice that. Don, don, su, do, ha. Don, don, su, do, ha. Once you get used to that, the ha should be around the time where you're setting up for your next hit. So don, don, su, do, ha, don into the next one. So the whole thing now with the ki-eyes goes don, ya, sa, don, don, su, do, ha. 2, 3, 4. Ya, sa, ha. 2, 3, 4. Happens 4 times. Alright, so after the last intro, the fourth one, there's what I call the pose in silent section. After B, don, don, ka, go, do, go, we add one don as count 1. During this time, we bring our left arm back. 2 is shooting it out forward, and then 3, 4 gliding through to prepare for the next section, which is called A. So again, it goes ka, go, do, go, 1 on the don, 2 shoot it out, 3, 4. Okay, when you shoot this arm out, I like it that it's horizontal to the floor, so it's this way, not down. And I like my bachi to be 45 degrees rather than just straight up, perpendicular to the floor, or horizontal, somewhere in between, which is a good balance of relaxedness plus a little bit of tension involved. Okay, also when you shoot it out, I want this to be really quick, not too strong though. Like a karate punch, we want to shoot it out with our hips first and then let it go through. Okay, after that, we don't want to just move our arm by itself, but with our whole body too. So whatever motion that you have left over, use it all to glide it through this way. Okay, where should you be looking? It depends on the story that you want to tell. If you have a looking towards the drum, it builds anticipation. Right? If you're looking towards the bachi and you go this way, then you're in the moment with your bachi. You have a relationship with it. It's up to you and depends on the story that you want to portray. So again, the whole thing. Ka, go, do, go. Don't shoot it out with your hips. 2, 3, 4. Again. So, re, e, ka, go, do, go. Don't. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now let's put it all together. The ki-ai section, the intro pattern, and then the pose. For practice purposes, we're going to do the ki-ai section with one long ki-ai, one short ki-ai into the easa, tayasa, easa, tayasa, easa, tayasa, e into 4 intro patterns, and then the pose. According to your group's arrangement, you can add more. Say the okedo that's playing, they want to give the call out first and then people join in. You could increase the amount of times you want to do the longer ki-ai versus the shorter ki-ai. That's all up to you. But again, for practice purposes, 1 of each on 70 BPM with me playing the okedo. I will count you in, so once I count you in, each ni, so, re, then go ahead and start. All right. Have fun. All right, one thing before I go. If you know the rest of the piece of Omiyage, you'll realize that the kiai and the intro section is vastly different from the rest of the piece, which is flowy and twirly. Okay, using that difference, think of what the intro means within the whole storyline and bring meaning to this section, knowing that it repeats itself once more again later. Okay, so for example, Unit 1's Omiyage is a story about struggle and tension between someone who controls versus someone being controlled. The intro pattern represents the beginning of the story when things are in order, where the Judaigo players are like soldiers being controlled and marching to the beat of the leaders. But the performance is a bit shallow if the members only do what they are told, and depth can be added if somehow on the inside something is bubbling and waiting to be unleashed, which happens for the rest of the piece. So how does each member express this? This section is really important in that it's simple, but by being able to execute this well, the rest of the piece shines. Okay, it doesn't have to be now, but again, knowing that this section appears one more time later on in the piece, try finding what this section means within the whole storyline and express that musically and physically. All right, good luck.